Oh, it's time for me. It's time for me to go. All right. Okay, 1 second. 7 o'clock snuck up on us real quick. Switch. Yeah, there we are. Hi everybody. I should have a game going in just a second. I'm gonna have to do some hopping around to get this one started. So, if things go well, our first game of today on this day in the month of spooks is called Spookware. But I have to get it to pick up on it. Come on. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna work? Let me see if that worked. Come on. Also, as you can see, it says keyboard and mouse recommended. Or maybe you can't see yet. Damn it. Go back. Go back. Okay. Oh, nope, it's showing. It should be showing. It's showing on... There we go. So, it says this is controller supported, but it's supposed to be keyboard and mouse recommended, so we'll see how this goes. But, yeah, that was about as smooth as it could have gone. So as I was saying, this is a game called Spookware. And, it is... Oh, people are already coming in. It's supposed to be a horror-themed WarioWare, if you ever know those games. WarioWare being like the Nintendo franchise that's all about small micro games that you just play for like 5 seconds at a time. They give you a quick thing to do, and then you do it, and you move on to the next game over and over again until you lose like 4 games, and then you're out. It's generally how it works. I don't know if that's the exact same way that this works, but... Oh my god, she found the only thing squeaky in here. Still, I didn't even know that squeaked. Oh yeah, I did. She squeaks every time I get on the thing. It's as if she's upset that I am streaming, and she wants attention all of a sudden. She's like, he's making noise, I should make noise. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm gonna hit go. We're gonna see what happens. Let me make sure the graphics are good. Full screen, ultra quality, nice little wiggle. We're good. Ignore the squeaking in the background, she'll get tired of it. Alright. I can move back and forth here. I can move left and right. Let's move into the TV. Turn off the alarm.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. This was only like 15 bucks, or less than 15 bucks. This was like 12 bucks. Alright, we got it. This is, presented in Cinema Spook. Alright, now I expect more from this game. This isn't the only game we're playing today, probably. I assume that this isn't going to be a full stream long game. But if it is, that'd be great. I like this feeling. I like this start. Let's fucking go. Oh, we have 9 tapes to clear. Well, I'm good at WarioWare, so... Oh, alright. Defuse the bomb! How was I supposed to know which one was that was the wire? Also, it didn't press the button. It was just like, I moved over to it and it did that shit. Assemble the skeleton. This goes here. This goes here. And this goes here.
Hell yeah.
Alright, seems we only get 3 lives here. Chop off their melons. Uh-oh. I hit a button, and apparently I have to use a keyboard. I have to use the arrow keys only, probably. Okay, arrow keys only. Time for a snack.
Hell yeah.
Let me know if it's coming in too loud across the thing, although there's probably no one in my chat to let me know that. How do I... there we go. Up and down. Up and down. What the hell? Alright, well, you know. Keyboard and mouse recommended. Because I was definitely doing up and down, up and down. It was kind of ignoring some of them, so I think I have to do it with more rhythm since I'm on a controller. I'm okay with that. Hopefully there's not just the one tape. There we go. There's like a rhythm. Kind of. This could be even shorter than I thought for $12, but I'm okay with that. I'm having a good time. This is a good warm-up. Again, let's just press down on the stick or on the keyboard. Stay away from the ghost. This is not fair. Oh, okay. I just have to worry about the head of the ghost, probably. Hell yeah. Oh, we did this one already. Hold off the undead. Oh, it's down to shoot. I don't like that. It's a good thing they stacked up for me. And that one just, like, died. Alright, now we gotta get a little bit faster. File your taxes! Wow, alright. I put that together, but, man, that was a little bit more extra for one of the blue one, the blue wire. It shows it on the screen. Got it. Alright, we're good. One more. Up and down, 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 up, up. Oh, if you go too fast, the game does not like that on controller. Alright, this is easy. Hell yeah. I wonder if there's a boss round like the regular WarioWare games. Yep, alright. I only get one shot at this. Sort the cards by suit. What? Oh. Okay. This is just solitaire. I don't feel great about this as a game. Got it! Oh, man, that was close. As far as B rank, all right, we're still going. There's a little bit of story to this. Good. As far as the boss game goes, I didn't feel great. At least in terms of like if we're holding up to WarioWare standards, that was fine, but it kind of icky. Righty says, "Man, these were some great horror games." Mitty says, "Yeah, of course they were. They are. I picked them." Righty says, "What do you guys want to see next? We could try Skeletor War 2. It's like Skeletor War 1, but with more bones." Lefty says, could we take a little break, please? I think I need a breather." Mitty says, "Sure, little buddy. I think I'll practice some tunes for a bit." Lefty says, "Hold on. Exactly how long have we been sitting here?" Righty says, "What do you mean, little guy? Only for like a few hours, right? Or a few days? Months? Actually, no, I'm not so sure." Lefty says, "I'm getting a bit lightheaded from sitting for so long." Mitty says, "Yeah, me too. Let's go outside for a bit and catch some air." Righty says, "Killer idea, guys. We can go for a ride on my middle steed." Lefty says, "It's a car, Righty." Oh, is there walking around? Ooh, there's walking around. Mitty says, "Ah, yes, our prized movie collection." Righty says, "Only the greatest classics." And Lefty says, "Do you guys want to watch something from the collection? Take a look at the movie tapes collection? We'll do that later. Let's see about going for a ride in the car. Leave the basement? Yeah." is already more game than I expected. Walking around is advanced. Righty says, ah, my pride and joy. Listen to that engine, boys. Let's get in and bounce. Take the skeleton car for a ride? Yeah, we'll go for a ride. Oh, alright. Episode 1, Prologue, Skillebro's Basement. It's over. On to Chapter 1, Grueling High. Right, it says, alright, so this is one of my wild, spontaneous ideas. What if we did something else than watching horror movies? And just, like, totally got our life together. Mitty says, what do you mean? My life is pretty perfect. Lefty says, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Righty has a point. If my calculations are right, based on how many movies we've seen, we should be turning 18 years old in a few days. Righty says, whoa! Mitty says, a good time as any to get our act together. Maybe we should go to school for a start. Righty says, hell yeah, just like those slasher films set in high schools. Well, hopefully this one ends better. I'm on board. I like the feels of this. Righty says, whoa, this is a pretty big school place. Lefty says, you mean campus? Yeah, it is. Who should we talk to about signing up to classes? Mitty says, that guy in the middle looks like a teacher. Let's ask him. Righty says, I'm so excited to learn about cool things like what a campus is. Can we talk to randoms? Student says, nice car. Righty says, thanks. Student says, very nice car. Righty says, I locked the car, right? I got it. I got the joke. Righty says, excuse me, are you one of those teacher people? Lefty says, Righty! That's no way to talk to a teacher. And the teacher says, that's quite alright. How can I help you, brothers? Are you enrolled here? Mitty says, no, we're actually looking to sign up. The teacher says, but we're in the middle of a semester. You could try at the front desk. It's in the big building behind me. You can't miss it. Good luck. Righty says, we don't need luck. Thanks, teach. Alright. I like the way this looks. Enter the school building? Yeah. Hey, look, a big sign that says student registration, and a smaller sign that's a bulletin board. Let's take a look at the bulletin board. Oh, alright, so it's a map. We got a gym, and some kind of field for playing something, and, you know, science, art, got it. Student, hello, I am student registration, probably. Sorry, I'm actually just filling in for a few minutes. Did you guys need something? Yeah, sign up. Righty said, yeah, we want to sign up for some classes. Sign up, says the student. I wouldn't know how to do that. You know what? Write your name on this piece of paper. Sign here. We're going to keep signing.
Hell yeah.
Alright, I guess that works. You're not really great at that whole writing thing, are you? Anyways, you're now signed up, maybe. Now go to a class, I guess? I think I saw some people in Class 1A. It's just right down the hall here on your left. Alright. It's that easy. It's just that easy. Our math teacher is trying to do a head count, but he's lost a finger. I don't think he'll be able to count to 10 now. Let's go this one. Enter Class 1A. Ah, here we go. I could barely tell that was a door for me to walk in. And after a long period of rotting, the skeleton is revealed, says the teacher. And that's where babies come from. Oh, you three are late for class again. Lefty says, no, sir, we actually just signed up for... Don't speak back to me! Now, sit down and take a seat. Righty says, what's with this guy? Take a seat? Yeah. Now, where were we? Says the teacher. Ah, yes, let's go over every chemical element found in bone. It'll only take a few hours. Lefty says, this must be what heaven feels like. Righty says, I feel like I'm already regretting signing up. Wake me up when he's done with all this bony talk. Maybe this is more of an Whoa. Maybe this is more of an adventure game that uses micro games. Oh, wake up. Oh, he was having a nightmare. Righty says, whoa, how long was I out for? Student says, you guys are finally awake. Everyone left like an hour ago. Don't worry about Mr. Skullward. Yeah, fine. He has trouble remembering who's who. Mitty says, I was worried I was going to lose my reputation as a perfect student. Lefty says, Mitty, you barely have a student reputation. And Mitty says, exactly! It's perfect! You guys are new, right? Says the student. You should explore the campus a bit. Head on over to the gym first. They're serving up free ice cream. I like ice cream. And I know exactly where to go because we looked at the bulletin board. Uh-oh, that teacher looks dead. The counting was too much for him, so he fainted. Alright, well, he's not dead. Although we might all be dead because we are skeletons. I wish it wouldn't ask me if I want to do the thing I hit the button to do every time I do it. Go to the gym? Yeah! Well, I guess it's because you would normally be playing with a mouse and clicking on things. But even then, you don't want to click on a... Whatever. Let's talk to the teacher. Are you here for the graduation ceremony? Good turnout this year. I would give my congratulations, but you don't look like seniors. Righty says, oh, no, we are. We're just about to ready to graduate. Lefty says, Righty, what are you talking about? We're barely even students. Righty says, oh, Lefty, always with his jokes. Don't mind him. Teacher says, if you are seniors, then why aren't you in uniform? Righty says, well, Mitty says, we're part of the school band, of course. Teacher says, oh, that's why you're dressed in red. Righty says, yes, exactly. We were just on our way to practice. Where is practice? Teacher says, I think the band leader is just in the music room behind me. You're all playing at the ceremony, right? A bit late to practice. Mitty says, who needs practice? We're pros, actually. Lefty's, why do I feel like we aren't going to do a lot of studying? Let's walk over here and see. Yeah, go to the music room. Let's talk to this teacher-looking guy. Band leader. Oh, good. Finally someone from the band is here. That red outfit, that hat, there's no mistaking. You're a real bongo player. Righty says, yes, definitely. I would say playing the bongo is my greatest skill. The band leader says, you have no idea how happy I am to see you. Can you give me a sample of your work? There's some bongos over there you can use. Let me know when you're ready to play. Here we go. Oh, okay. I was like, alright, I'm gonna talk to him. Ready to give those bongos a spin? Hell yeah! I'm on the baritone sax. Just follow my lead, okay? Lefty says, wait, we're really doing this? And a 1, and a 2. Oh, wow, left B, right button. Oh, okay. Got it. Uh-oh, that's a hold. I didn't expect him to use any of the buttons since everything up to this point has been arrow keys.
Hell yeah.
Now that's jazz. I thought you were an expert. Never mind, you're good enough. We need all we can get. Actually, the entire band is missing. They got stuck in traffic. Be a good bongo player and fetch me some new band players. 5 should be enough. Oh, and make sure they can at least play somewhat decent. I think I heard someone playing the guitar at the baseball field. Let me know if you need any help. Well, what about this piano guy? Is he in the band? Let's talk to Piano Man. He's playing the piano. Best not to bother him. He's not even playing the piano anymore. You just sounds like he's playing the piano because the music didn't stop. At least my dog gave up on squeaking already. Alright, baseball field. What's this guy got to say? Hey, bro. Righty says, bro. The student says, you look like a big guy. If you head over to the right here, you'll go to the baseball field. You should try out for our team. Righty says, maybe I should. I could hit that triple home run like in that movie. What was the name again? Lefty says, Baseball Bases 3, The Bone Run Saga. Righty says, yes, that was such a good movie. I wish I would have looked at the movie collection now. I didn't know you wouldn't get to go back. Hey, look, a guitar player. The student in front of you is strumming their guitar. Mitty says, nice guitar. Is that a special edition? The guitar player says, it looks like you know your stuff. It's a special edition 1967 bone pick guitar. Only 5 of these in the world. Mitty says, I thought there were only 4. Guitar player says, I was just testing you. You passed the test. So, what is a well-informed guy such as yourself doing here? Righty shoves Mitty to the side. Hello there. The name's Righty, school-famous bongo player. I want you to join the graduation ceremony band. Guitar player says, so you're a bongo player. I thought our high school band was a big band. There's no room for bongos in a big band. They have drums. Righty says, drums, bongos, it's all the same. The guitar player says, listen, I'll think about it if you can keep up with my guitar solo. Righty says, no problem. Let's go. The guitar player says, all right, talk to me when you're ready. Why would I? Yeah, just go to it. Yeah, play. Let's go. Try and keep up. Easy as shit. Well, that was interesting. You certainly got a unique style. I still don't know if you actually know how to play the bongos, but I'm intrigued. I'll join your little band. Lefty says, it's actually a big band. You said that before. The guitar player says, yeah, I know. It's at the gym, right? Mitty says, yep. The player says, all right, I'll see you there then. Oh, that's easy enough. What about these guys? My friend is totally into the Super Skulls franchise. Me personally, I care more for Megabone. Megabone just has a better plot, in my opinion. I guess there's nobody else playing instruments out here, so let's keep looking around for the other randos. Oh, look, they didn't ask me if I wanted to go back to the fucking main field. I guess we'll just check inside for more people playing instruments. Let's head towards this way. Oh, there's music coming from in there. Enter the science class? Yep. I bet this entire section is going to be just bongo minigames. Lefty says, hey there, bony trombone man. Are you, oh god, that was such a bad joke, wasn't it? Are you looking to show off those skills in front of a real audience? Trombone player says, this classroom is my audience. And Righty says, what, like the people? And trombone player says, no, not at all. I do not play for them. I play for the elements. Righty says, oh, bones. I'm not taking this one. The elements, they provide me with ears, although they have none, says the trombone player. And Mitty's like, this one's yours to recruit, Lefty. When I play, they resonate for me. As they bond on a molecular level, I bond with them on a musical level. And Lefty says, hey, would you like to play at the graduation ceremony? Now, why would I do that when I have all the elements I want here, says the trombone player. And Lefty says, because, our new elements there. You have my attention, small skeleton with the blue clothing. What elements will it be there? Lefty says, graduatium? Yes, graduatium. I have never heard of that element before. It cannot be. Are you lying to me? Mitty says, he would never. Righty says, yeah, we're playing in the graduation ceremony ourselves. So we'd know. The trombone player says, oh, you are? You wouldn't mind showing me your skills then? If you can follow my trombone solo, I will join your ceremony. Mitty says, deal. Just, Give us some time to prepare. I suppose that is necessary. Talk to me when you're ready. No, it's not necessary. Fucking go. It's time to play. Easy peasy.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Wow, you sure know how to work those bongos, says the trombone player. Lefty says, why is he so out of breath? Meaty says, why is Righty so out of breath? He only had to use his hands. You are a worthy adversary, tromboner man, says Righty. Lefty says, please don't call him that. You are also a worthy adversary, says the player. So, I have decided. I will join your ceremony. Thank you, says Lefty. Thank not me, but the elements, for they are the reason we are here, says the player. Mitty says, let's get out of here. I'm not going to talk to everybody, because I don't want to. Let's keep moving. Should I check in here? Is this a hallway? No. Alright, let's go upstairs. More music! Right wing bathroom. This is a trumpet fellow. Lefty says, hey, that guy's dressed in red. And Righty says, and he's playing the trumpet. And Lefty says, do you think he wants to join our band? Minnie says, asking a guy in a bathroom to play his trumpet for us. Nothing suspicious or weird about this. Yeah, talk to the skeleton. Hey man, I can't help but notice that trumpet you're holding. The student says, yeah, this is my trumpet. Mitty says, are you any good with it? The trumpet player says, I used to play it everywhere, but people got mad at me. They said I was making too much noise. So now I just play my trumpet here, in the bathroom. It isn't much of an improvement! Nobody appreciates my trumpet. Righty says, hey man, don't let that get you down. You know, nobody ever appreciated my aptitude for bongo playing. But here I am, the best bongo player at this school. Lefty says, coincidentally, also the only bongo player. And trumpet player says, oh, you also play an instrument? Righty says, yeah. Didn't you notice by my red outfit? Mitty says, the red outfit that all students with instruments are wearing? Righty says, listen, how about we jam out together? Then we can check how good you truly are. Trumpet player says, I guess we could, yeah. Alright, let me mentally prepare myself. Okay, talk to me when you're ready then, says the trumpet player. We're ready now. Let's go, you take the lead. Wait, why am I taking the lead? Aren't you testing me? Less questions, more playing, says Wright. I feel like the guitar was the hardest out of all of these so far, so it's weird that they point you to go do it first.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Wow, you sure know how to play, says Righty. And Lefty says, yeah, that was really good. Mitty says, you shouldn't be locked up here in a bathroom. Would you like to join this graduation ceremony performance? Yeah, I guess I could, says the trumpet player. And Mitty's like, perfect. We'll see you there. And the trumpet player says, wait, when is it? Righty says, the party starts when I enter. So just be there before me, kiddo. And the trumpet player says, wow, bongo players are so cool. Righty says, the bongos don't make me cool, kiddo. These glasses do. I'm not gonna. Let's talk to the guy in the bathroom. The student's not saying anything. Could you please leave me alone? Fair. What's in this trash can? It's a trash can. Lefty says, I don't really know what I expected. I thought this game might have secrets. Alright, let's continue our upward trajectory. There's a keyboard player. Righty says, hey, you're really good on that keyboard. And keyboard player doesn't say anything. Hello? I said you're really good on that keyboard. Oh. Thank you, says the player. Mitty says, would you like to be in our amazing school band? And keyboard player is like, oh, sure. Righty says, what? I can't hear you over the music. Speak up, son. Oh. Sorry. I meant to say, never mind. Lefty says, don't mind my brother. Would you like to play something with us? We can do it at your pace. Take your time. Keyboard player says, oh, thank you. Yeah, let's play something. Let me know when you're ready. Well, this was straightforward. Yes. Ready when you are. I like to play this piece whenever I'm up here. Nothing's better than getting lost in the music in the clouds. Sounds like it would be slow. I like that little change I made. It sounded cool. That little doot 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 doot. Even though they were supposed to be played at the same time, that sounded cooler when it was like a little bit offset. That was really fun, says the keyboard player. I would love to be a part of your band. Alright, well that's done. Didn't even ask any of the rest of the questions. But now we gotta go find one more. There's a left wing and a right wing? Alright. Well, here's the last person, I think. Guitar, trombone, trumpet, piano, sax. Mitty says, God, this guy is really cool. Saxophonist, don't interrupt me when I'm performing my art. Oh, you want an autograph as well? Lefty says, what? You're playing in a library. People are trying to study. Saxophonist says, oh, this venue is a library? I don't care. I go where the music takes me. Righty says, hey, loser, you want to be in our band? Saxophonist says, if it pays well, maybe. Show me how you play first. I only want to jam with the best, capiche? Let me know when you think you're ready to take me on. Yeah, okay, let's get this over with. Try to keep up, okay? My talent doesn't wait for others. These conversations have gotten a lot less deep.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Saxophonist says, your bongo playing was okay. It's not really fair compared to my amazing solo, of course. Anyways, I'll join your little band. I'll try my best not to stand out, capiche? Mitty says, what a nice guy. I feel like we'd get along well. Righty says, I don't know which one of you I want to punch harder. And the Lefty says, alright, I think that's everyone. Mitty says, wow, we actually managed to recruit a full big band. I hate you, dog. Righty says, you have my bongos to thank for that. And Lefty says, okay, let's go back to the music room. The band leader is probably waiting for us. I can't, why? She hasn't, I don't even know if she's touched that ball since I've been home until I started streaming. I honestly forgot that ball even squeaks. I wonder why they're opening that window, but not enough to go ask them why they're opening that window in the background. Hopefully we get to move on from the school after this. I think we'll do one more chapter after this one, and then maybe we'll switch to our other game. And maybe this will be another game we come back to tomorrow. I didn't realize this was going to be this involved, but I'm kind of happy it is. We'll see. Band leader says, wow, you actually managed to assemble an entire big band. I didn't know a bongo player could do that. I guess I underestimated the art of the bongo. And Righty says, playing the bongo is a way of life, dude. Lefty says, "You're starting to sound like that saxophonist." The band leader says, "The performance is about to begin. Let me know when you're all ready." I'm always all ready. "All right, let's give him hell." "You know, I really wish we just went to the classes," says Lefty. Mitty says, "Don't worry, little guy. We can totally do this." The band leader says, "All right, let's move to the gym. Break a leg, guys." And Righty says, "Wait, playing bongos can break your legs?" Ooh, all right. We're back to a full set of tapes to clear. Fill the cauldron. Oh, okay, so all these mini games are gonna involve the... maybe they're all gonna be, like, music-themed, too.
Hell yeah.
Music-themed and having to do with left and right bumpers. I'm down for this. Oh. Okay, there we go.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That's the best wind noise. Copy the notes.
Hell yeah.
I was kind of scared about that. I was like, was that 3 on the right or only 2? It sounded like 3, but I thought I only saw 2, so I got a little confused. All right. I hit the buttons. Maybe I delayed too long. Oh my god. I thought I had to just kind of hit them, but I had to wait until they put their hands up. Damn it. All right. I'm gonna wait on these instead of just hitting buttons like WarioWare usually wants you to do right off the bat. Flash away the ghosts. Oh, he had an arrow on him. That's stupid. All right, give it to me again. Steal some boats. All right, well.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Easy enough. Oh, it has the right arrow. Oh, okay, I got you. It has the arrow. The design tells me the direction to hit for whatever reason. That's
Hell yeah.
That's dumb. It's like an extra layer for no, like, I don't know. I don't know. You could have just had these ghosts coming from the left side or the right side.
Hell yeah.
Ghost busted. Practice your chop. Yeah, I already did this one.
Hell yeah.
Easy enough. Oh, damn. I thought I heard my dog make a noise, so I was like, what's she doing? But actually, I think that was the game making weird noises. Make use of the legs.
Hell yeah.
Alright, I guess. Thought that was going to go a different way. That felt close. Let's try this again. Oh, I was going too fast. Damn it. I don't want to have one life going into the boss level. God damn it. Although, if there's any boss level I could do on first try, it's probably a music theme one.
Hell yeah.
I don't like that sped up. I mean, I did it, but it didn't feel good. Let's do this. Graduation time. I knew it. Easy as shit. Ooh, too fast. This is the best graduation ceremony music I've ever heard. Because it normally sounds really boring. Yeah. Feel it. Good. Easy. I like that ending though.
Yeah.
One life left in his old righty. I'm fine with your stupid ranks. I can get A ranks on them any day of the week I want it. S ranks even. Lefty says, hey, it's our first and only day at school. Mitty says, it still feels like it all flew by so fast. And Righty says, naturally, I was a cool kid from the first day. Righty says, you know, I had some trouble warming up to this guy at first. And Lefty says, yeah, I didn't really feel like he liked bongo players all that much. And Righty says, man, did we prove that guy what bongo players are made of? Lefty says, hey, when did you take that? And Mitty says, I caught you in the act. What were you doing anyways? And Lefty says, I was just trying to do a bit of learning when you guys weren't looking. And Lefty says, oh man, it's the Milk Gang. These guys were intimidating. And Righty says, no match for me though. I grabbed some milk when they weren't looking. For later, just in case we ever need milk. Mitty says, you know, I always knew I had a talent for drawing. And Righty says, and I always had a talent for being your subject. And Lefty says, what's my talent? And Mitty says, being the best little bro a guy could ask for, of course. Aww. Lefty says, I'm gonna miss this place. And Mitty says, so we're graduated, huh? Somehow I thought it was gonna be harder. And Lefty says, what do you guys want to do now? Righty says, you know, if we can become pro bongo players in a day, then I think we can take on the world. We got new tapes. Okay, that's what the tape collection is for. So we can play different types of games in the main basement, it seems like. Let's see. Do I want to commit to doing a whole nother chapter of this game? I feel like that might take up the rest of our time. I kind of wanted to stop streaming around 9 today. In which case, this took 44 minutes for that chapter 1. Damn, that was pretty long. I wonder how many chapters there are. I bet there's like 5 episodes. Oh, wait, no, there's chapters and then episodes. Oh, damn. Who knows how long this game is? Can't be that long. It's only like $12. I bet I'm going to estimate that there's 3 episodes and each episode has 3 chapters. So nine sections is what. That's my. Or maybe this is just a 1-episode game. And maybe they're going to put out more episodes, you know, because I think this game came out last year. Or it came out in between the last of my streams, or my spooky streams and this one. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is all DLC. Damn. DLC? Well, this is a longer fucking commitment than I thought it was going to be. I don't even know if all the DLC for this game is out yet. Damn. Also, their chapters keep going up along with their episodes. So actually, the fact that they have episodes, well, I guess you probably buy the the DLC probably comes in episodes. So I would buy this one episode, which is 3 chapters, and then okay, yeah. So then there's probably like 3 DLC packs to buy. All right. Let's bounce. Let's dip our toes in the other game I have in mind and see how that treats us. Can I hit B button? Can I hit start button? Here we go. We'll try to come up on at 9, right up to 9 o'clock. But let's see. Now I didn't even start this other game, which might be a mistake on my part. But I didn't really know how this was going to go. That's the fun of variety days here in the month of Spooks. All right, so I'm starting it. This should be more of a on the scary side if I had to guess, but I really don't know for sure. It was free though, so I don't expect it to be very long. Takes a second for Streamlabs to pick up on it sometimes. Give it a second. Uh-oh. Okay, first let me... Oh, alright. Uh-oh. This game has trivia available. Okay, good. It also takes controllers. Alright, 1 second. Now I have to get up to Switch. Maybe Streamlabs will see it now. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's see what's going on with this game. So this is a free game that I downloaded, but apparently it also has paid DLC, so I don't know how high quality this is. I think it should be pretty good. It has from the screenshots, it may not be an action game. It may just be a walky, scary game, but that is appropriate. We need to get some more scares today. All right. All right. Dagon is a faithful interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work focused on story and atmosphere. You will not find difficult choices, action sequences, or inventory management here, and movement is limited to progressing through locations along with the plot. All right.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
Get ready for a walk and talk. During the game, you will encounter interactive elements. Some of them will allow you to continue your journey. Others reveal interesting facts about the original short story, its hysterical background, and the author. Some of the trivia is hidden. In order to find these secrets, focus your eyes and look for the Elder sign. Got it. You can also access all the found facts later. They will be available in the main menu. Alright, depending on how dry this ends up, we might go back to Spookware early. But it was free, so I'm not really complaining. I'm just hoping it's rather spooky. Alright.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below.
Hey, I want to look at that.
Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate. When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
Alright, so they limit how far I can look. Like, I can't move. My view is always limited to a very small circle on the screen. just in case people were wondering. I don't see any more of that symbol, so I already missed my first chance at a secret. I'm bad at this. Oh, here's one, apparently. Oh, okay. So this is teaching me about morphine. We're not going to worry about that right now. A little bit too dry for actual facts.
It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
I'm already thinking this may not be it. This might not be the thing. I'm not even walking. It's more of like an interactive.
The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had
it looks kind of good
sunk to their later degradation.
Like, this water looks kind of good. But with me not being able to move or anything. We'll give it a little bit longer. We'll give it till 8.
Our vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
Got it.
So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time.
I didn't know that was the,
When I finally found
next
myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings. Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator. Of the longitude, I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight.
This would be a very scary proposition. You could just float around for days and not know it. Or float around in circles.
The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
You'd have to get mighty lucky.
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue. The change happened whilst I slept. Its details I shall never know, for my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Oh, hello. I mean, they're just squiddies. They're just friendly squids.
When at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see, and in which my boat lay grounded some distance away. Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished. For there was in the air, and in the rotting soil, a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core. The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish, and of other, less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain. Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity. There was nothing within hearing, and nothing in sight, save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear. The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
Icky noises.
As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position. Through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths.
That's an interesting idea.
So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might.
That's a big moving thing.
Nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things.
But what's that, though?
For several hours I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens. As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time. That night I slept but little, and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue.
Where the fuck did you get water from?
On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease.
3 days later with no water. How long? When was the last time you ate?
But I was too much concerned with graver things to mind so slight an evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal. All day I forged steadily westward, guided by a faraway hummock which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert. That night I encamped, and on the following day still travelled toward the hummock, though that object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied it. By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance. An intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface. Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill. I know not why my dreams were so wild that night.
Oh.
But ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above the eastern plain, I was awake in a cold perspiration.
I like the way this game
determined
looks.
To sleep no more.
My dog wants
Such
to lick me, so I'm going to use one
visions as I had
hand.
experienced were too much for me to endure again. And in the glow of the moon, I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day. Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy. Indeed, I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset. Picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence.
I wonder how long this thing is. I don't know anything about the book he's talking about, so I
I
don't
have
know.
said that the unbroken monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me. But I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon, whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine.
Oh.
I felt myself on the edge of the world, peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night. Through my terror ran curious reminiscences of Paradise Lost and of Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined.
Are you sure? I still don't see shit.
Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent, whilst after a drop of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual.
I mean, I kind of want to see where this is going, but I don't feel like it's getting there at any speed. Let's see what this last screen has to say, then I might switch us back to Spookware.
I cannot definitely analyze. I scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath, gazing into the Stygian deeps, where no light had yet penetrated. All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me. An object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the ascending moon.
All right. Fun. Great. Awesome. Not particularly fantastic for streaming, though, I don't think. But I like the format. Only because I think the graphics hold it together. So let's just play the other free chapter of Spookware for the other half of the stream. Hopefully I'll take up most of the last hour, and then we'll be good on that. Let me get us switched over. 1 second. Might take a second. Always does for fucking PC games. I hate you, dog. Hate you, dog. Alright, I tried switching back to see if that might help. Sometimes it does. Sometimes the load has to get a little bit further into the game before... Oh my god, dog! Before Streamlabs will pick up on it. Come on. Come on. Let it get to the... I should be able to... Yeah. Okay, here we are. We're at the main menu. At least the music gets cooler. Although I'm not sure if you can hear it yet. Come on. Okay, hold on. There it is. Took it long enough. Uh-oh, I hit the wrong button. That's okay. I just gotta close this other program that popped up. I've been sitting forward this whole time because I'm using my setup in a different order of operations that make my headphone wire mean that I need to kind of like be leaning forward a bit. Okay, close this and open this. Okay. You guys should hopefully be seeing this. I mean, I guess I could double check. Yep, we're good. Alright, let's do one more chapter and then we'll call it a stream. La Bonne Cruz. Mitty says, you know what people usually do when they graduate? Lefty says, get a job. And Mitty says, no, first you gotta get some life experience, man. Righty says, you know, when I said we can take on the world, I meant it. But how could we do that? The world is pretty big. And Lefty says, maybe that giant cruise ship might be of help. And then he says, by golly, you're right. But we don't have a ticket. And Righty says, I know how to crash parties. This is basically a party on a boat, right? I've never been on a cruise. Because I can't swim. Righty says, whoa, that boat is a lot bigger than it looks from far away. I crashed parties before, but those were like barbecues. And he says, I guess we can just ask if they'd let us on. How expensive can a cruise ship be? Lefty says, I think we're about to get a lesson in economics. This guy looks fancy. The guard says, boat boarding registration, please. And Lefty says, actually, we were wondering if we could buy a ticket. The guard says, impossible. Ticket office is closed. Now, would you move? The last passenger will arrive soon. Righty says, which is us. We're on the list. Check in the VIP section. And guard looks. There is no list. Even if there was one, you would have a ticket. And Righty says, well, I tried. Let's see if there's a way to stow away. Mitty says, wait, there's someone in here. Passenger says, hello, is anyone there? We were all boarding the cruise an hour ago, but there was so many people and I got pushed around. and ended up in this box. Lefty says, "Are you okay?" Passenger says, "It's surprisingly comfortable. Could use a glass of milk, though." Righty says, "Hey, I got just the thing." You pass a carton of milk through the hole in the box. Righty said, "Good thing I snatched this from the cafeteria earlier." Passenger said, "Thank you so much. This is really refreshing. Here, you can have my ticket as thanks. Being stuck in this box taught me that life isn't about luxuries. So I don't need it anymore." A ticket for Bone Cruise slips through the hole. It's a ticket for one person in cabin number 3B. Actually, you know what? Take my clothes as well. I'm ready to start a simpler life. A bunch of clothes get pushed through the hole. They get stuck and block off any air coming inside. Mitty says, "Oh my bones, look how cute that hat is. It's perfect for you, Lefty. Let me put it on." Lefty says, "How do I look?" Mitty says, "You look so cute." Righty says, "You look kind of like a detective. Detective Lefty, crime solver and bone duster extraordinaire." Alright, well, he doesn't have it on in the little running around animation, so it doesn't count. "Boarding registration, please," says the guard. Lefty says, "Here you go." The guard said, "This ticket is valid for one person only." Mitty says, "Well, actually, we are one person. We just don't look like it." The guard says, "I don't get paid enough for this. How old are you three?" And Lefty says, "Well, we all recently turned 18. The guard says, "You're in luck then. You'll be in international waters." Mitty says, "What does that mean?" The guard says, "It means you're free to drink alcohol on board. Although, looking at you, people might still ask for an ID. Well then, with that, you're free to board." Alright, well, we're gonna just go on. That guard is really good at his job. Staff member says, "Hello! You seem to be the last ones to get on. Can I see your ticket?" The Skillet Bros hand over the ticket. "Cabin 3B. That's on the other side of the ship. Just head up the stairs, past the swimming pool, and down the stairs. That'll get you to your room. I suggest heading there straight away for a good night's rest." Alright, well, I'm gonna do that then. Hey, look, a bar. Intern Orange. I need to keep watch of the swimming pool all night. I'm not even getting paid. Alright. Didn't he say past the pool and then down the stairs? I guess he meant on the right deck. I guess. Maybe the right deck will have more stairs. Yeah, here we go. And then there's cabins down below. Is that... Alright. I got it. We go down here. And then we go to cabin... Who's this creepy guy? Under the stairs. Traveler says, "I lost the key to my room door. I guess I'll sleep outside tonight." Poor guy. I'm gonna guess 3B is this one, because it's the third door. Yeah, I called it. It's third from the left anyway. Well, it's third from both directions, but, you know. Hey, magazines. There's a magazine about cruise ships on the coffee table. Read it? Sure. Of all the cruise ships, Bone Cruise is probably the most revered. With a total of 2,367 rooms, the 2-million-ton ship is a popular retreat that can pack a lot of bones. Experts believe the ship only has a 1 in 2 chance of tragically collapsing under its own weight. So you're sure to be safe on this getaway of a lifetime. That seems untrue. I guess we're gonna go to sleep. Skillet Bros! Alright, well, you know, nightmares. You can't keep escaping your fate! Alright, well. This must have something to do with the overarching story. I can't do anything, so I just gotta wait to wake up. Oh, maybe I can. I will have to take matters into my own hands. It's time to wake up! Wake up! Alright, I don't like that deer head skull. Staff member says, "Sorry for waking you, sir. I have an urgent message for you from the captain. There's been a murder on this very ship, sir. And, well, since you're a detective and all, we were wondering if you could help us, sir." Lefty says, "Oh, jeez." Mitty says, "Well, I guess that explains the hat. You know what? We'll help you out." Lefty says, "Wait! And he says, I mean, really, how hard can it be? And Righty says, yeah, we've seen enough detective movies. And Lefty says, well, I guess it's only right to give it a shot. Staff member says, oh, thank you so much. The murder happened right next door, actually, in cabin 4B. Lefty says, let's investigate the scene. I wonder what kind of micro games are going to be involved in this. We're just going to go straight inside. We're not going to talk to anybody. I see a clue over there. I'll look at it in a second. Whoa! Lefty says, so, this is it. Mitty says, that's not a pleasant sight to see. And Lefty says, we said we were going to find the murderer, right? Let's search the body and see if we can get any clues. Yeah, search the body. The tapes in this chapter are all controlled with a mouse. Don't worry. You can also control the cursor with a keyboard or a controller. Lefty says, alright, let's do this. Draw an outline! Oh, I have to... Oh, okay. Alright, this is why they recommended a mouse and keyboard. But I got it. I got it. Not a clear outline. Alright, well, listen, it's not easy. We'll try again. This is harder than I thought. Yeah, let's try it. I'll be a little bit more careful. Okay. Alright, guys. Alright, yep. Uh-huh. I don't have to rush too much. Oh, come down. Yep, we got it. We got it. Uh-oh, that was a bit... Oh, okay, we're good. Oh, no.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But what was the motive? Interesting. It seems some bones are missing from the body. 5 to be precise. It's missing the skull, ribcage, hip, an arm, and a leg bone. The easiest way to solve this murder mystery is to find the skull. Righty says, oh, so we can ask him questions? Like in Scared Skulls 5? Lefty says, yes. We'd best find the murderer quickly. But keeping an eye out for the missing bones wouldn't hurt. Mitty says, alright, let's get out there and interrogate some people. This guy looks scared. You see a staff member shaking in the corner. Mitty says, hey buddy, is everything alright? Scared staff member says, no! Oh, Bones, no. A murder has happened. How can you be this calm? Righty says, this isn't our first rodeo. We've seen a lot of movies. Let's look around for clues. There are no clues. Well, at least not in here. Obviously. Clues would never be this close to the body. This looks like a used cigarette. Lefty says, hey guys, there's something here. Investigate the deck? Yeah. Alright, let's see what this is. What is this? Alright, so I can use the mouse to kind of rotate. Oh, it was zooming in. Oh, there's a shiny spot. Got it. Got to get it to the shiny spot.
Hell yeah.
Another piece of the puzzle. Lefty says it seems to be the remains of a cigarette. Judging by the texture and temperature of the cigarette, this cigarette was smoked at around midnight. Mitty says, wait, how did you find that out? Lefty says, all those crime movies you watched taught me a thing or two. Alright. I guess we'll keep checking around. What's this bone guy looking like? I like looking at the ocean. It makes me forget about all of life's troubles. Lefty says, that's nice to hear. I guess let's check the next cabin over. My room number is 78B, says this traveler. Why is this deck so long? Righty says, I guess we got lucky with our room number. Let's go for 5B. The door is locked, says Lefty. Alright, so we can't go in there. Let's talk to this guy at the stairs. Hey boys, I was wondering if you've seen a skeleton dressed in blue? Lefty says, I'm dressed in blue. Oh, it's not you. We're looking for an adult with sunglasses. They also like to sit on floors. I don't know if that's important, though. Some of my colleagues have been saying they saw them steal stuff. Oh, what they steal, says Lefty. From what I've heard, they've taken quite a few items. Glasses, napkins, chairs as well. I've had a report about a door. Please keep an eye out for them. And lock your door. Maybe we should look for this skeleton in blue as well, says Lefty. We can use this report as a clue. Let's keep checking. These are probably all locked. Oh, nope, this one isn't. Hello, lady. Lady Red says, "Who are you to barge into a lady's room like that?" And Lefty says, "We're detectives looking into the murder that happened." Lady says, "Oh, yes. Ah, yes, I heard about that unfortunate event. When I heard detectives were on the case, I thought they'd be older. What kind of experience do you have?" Righty says, "We love murder mystery movies." Mitty says, "And we've solved numerous crimes." And she says, yes. Well, then what are you wasting your time here for?" Lefty says, "We'd like to know what you did last night." "So you're suspecting me?" says Lady in Red. "Well, I'll tell you my story then." Interrogation time! During this chapter, you will be interrogating suspects located on this cruise ship. They will each have their own alibi, and it's your job to break them. When a suspect says something that you believe is a lie, you can click on the gavel located in the top left. You will then have the opportunity to bring forth a piece of evidence from your briefcase. It's important to note that you can only present one piece of evidence per interrogation sequence. Evidence can be collected throughout the chapter by talking to people or playing special micro games. Be sure to interrogate everyone and find the killer. Let the interrogation begin. I can't believe you're suspecting the likes of me. Hold on. I was asleep the whole night. Oh, ho, ho. Wait just a moment. That's not what we heard. Actually, we need more clues. We're gonna have to talk to more people. If you'd be so kind, please stop wasting my time. Maybe we need some more info on her. We can go ask around. Alright, easy enough. I like this. It's like I'm playing Phoenix Wright, but little. Which was a game I almost started yesterday. What's this guy doing? Is this the guy? Is this the creepy guy? Oh, he doesn't have sunglasses. Who even waters these trees? Good question. Nope, the door is locked in this case. Alright, we're gonna see. Can we keep going down the way, or do we have to... Yep, we have to go upstairs. Alright, let's keep talking around. This door will take you to our esteemed diner. Righty says, "Wow, esteemed. What a fancy word. They must have some good food in there." Esteemed is just the name of the diner. Ha ha ha. Oh, I found a secret man. He's hiding in this tree. Tree guy. Alright, I'll admit it. Not my best hiding spot. But, you know what? At least I tried. Now leave me be. The staff members don't know I'm hiding here. Alright. "Hello, detectives," says the staff member. "How can I be of help?" Lefty says, "Oh, we were wondering if you saw anything interesting." Now that you mention it, I did see somebody acting strange. Around midnight, I checked the cabin deck below. When I walked down the stairs, I saw someone smoking. When they saw me, they threw their cigarette on the ground. Then they ran into their room. I didn't see their face, but they were wearing a pretty red dress. "Do you know who wears a red dress around here?" says Lefty. "Unfortunately, I'm not that perceptive. I do know that they ran into the room behind the stairs. If I happen to see them again, I'll let you know." This sounds like a clue. If we run into this person with the red dress, we might be able to use this testimony. Alright, now we can go back and see what happens when we catch a person in the act of lying. Hopefully we just need the cigarette and the testimony. They should probably make a bigger deal about you getting a piece of testimony added to your briefcase, though. Disturbing me again, are we? We'd just like to hear your story one more time. Well, I guess it can't be helped. I can't believe you're suspecting the likes of me. Wait for it. Or do I have to click? I guess I have to click. I was asleep the whole night. Wait just a moment. That's not what we heard. Staff testimony. We asked around and a staff member told us he saw you. You were smoking on the deck at midnight. Haha, what is this? A testimony of some staff member, says Lady Red. And they say they saw me smoking. I don't smoke, love. If you want to suspect me, bring some actual evidence.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I commend your effort, boys. But you have no proof that I was smoking on the deck. Come back when you have some actual evidence. Lefty says, how can we prove that she was smoking on the deck? I mean, we have the cigarette, but we'd have to have, like, lipstick on it or something. Would give it away, maybe. Or at least it would help. Let's keep trucking. I feel like this chapter might take longer than an hour, maybe. Because I have to actually talk to people in this chapter, as opposed to, like, the school where I could just run and do the stuff. The bartender here makes some great drinks, says this traveler. And Mitty says, oh, really? Do you have any suggestions? Ask him for a bony colada. It tastes amazing. Wait. Are you even allowed to drink yet? Mitty says, of course. We just turned 18. You're telling me the small one is 18? Says the traveler. Lefty says, I have a good skincare routine. Traveler number 1 says, can you believe we're actually on a cruise ship? After all these years of saving up money, we're finally here. Number 2 says, to think they have a wait list for a cruise ship. Mitty says, the guy that gave us the ticket feels extra shady now. I guess let's go to this diner. Yes. Itchy nose. There's so many people in blue outfits with sunglasses. I guess this guy might be sitting on the floor, though. Mr. Blue says, hey, you boys, nice hat you got there. And Lefty says, thanks. Why are you sitting on the floor? Mr. Blue says, I feel more at ease here. And Mitty says, this guy sounds like a total wacko. Mr. Blue says, more like whack no. What do you need from me? And Lefty says, we were wondering where you were last night. During the time of the murder. And Mr. Blue says, oh, I was just sleeping. And Lefty says, in your cabin? And Mr. Blue says, well, no, I slept outside of my cabin. And Lefty's like, is there a reason you slept outside of your cabin? And Mr. Blue says, no, no reason at all. You're awfully suspicious of me, aren't you? Well, let me give you my story then. I mean, we have the person telling us that somebody's been stealing shit. I'm an honest and upstanding citizen. I already kind of want to call bullshit. Honest and upstanding, says Lefty. Then what do you think about this? Report of theft. We've been told by multiple staff members that you're quite famous. Famous, says Mr. Blue. In what sense? And Lefty says, famous for stealing. Mr. Blue says, stealing? What is this sudden accusation?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Mr. Blue says the staff can say what they want. I'm a good guy. And Righty says, hey guys, I got an idea. We want to prove this guy has been stealing things, right? And Lefty says, if we have proof, we can break his alibi, yes. And Righty says, why don't we just break into his cabin? What? Says Lefty. That's like completely illegal. And Righty says, I know. And it's also the easiest way to collect evidence. And Lefty says, it being illegal is a bad thing, Righty. And Mitty says, I get Righty's point. What if we, like, just found the bones in his room? Case solved. And they won't care that we broke into his cabin then. We can ask the staff member there for his room number. Righty says, good idea, Mitty. Lefty says, guys. Oh, let's ask. Righty says, hey man. The staff member said, do you require anything? Righty says, we'd like to know what that skeleton's cabin number is. It's very integral to our investigation. And the staff says, oh, Mr. Blue? Their cabin is 2A. Just go through the door on the left and down the stairs. Their cabin is behind the stairs. Righty says, perfect. Let's break into his cabin. And staff member says, oh, would you like the skeleton key to open the cabin? And Righty says, no, dude, don't ruin our vibe. We're breaking in. Alright, well, that would have been much easier. Alright, let's see. 2A. I'm not going to talk to these guys up here just yet. The sign in front of the cabin says 2A, Mr. Blue. Lefty says, this is Mr. Blue's cabin. So, what's the plan, Righty? Righty says, just let me do my work. These bony fingers are magical. Alright, lockpick. Mitty says, alright, let's do this. Pick the lock! Doesn't fit the lock. What? Alright, let's try this again. Alright, this is one hard lock. Alright, let's see if we can figure this out a little bit better. I don't know what I'm interacting with. The buttons don't do anything. Do I need a... Oh! Oh, I get it. That was way too hard to figure out, though, at like a glance. Alright, I get it. I have to make the sections of my bone the same size as the shit. That seems right.
Hell yeah.
There we go. That was weird because bones don't like fucking grow and shrink like that, so you couldn't really figure it out at just first glance. I give that micro game a D. Righty says, there we go. Lefty says, now let's see what they were hiding in here. Alright, let's enter in. Hey, look, a lot of stuff. Lefty says, what is all of this? And he says, could this be all the things they stole? And Lefty says, the staff members were talking about stolen glasses and tissues. This is so much worse. How did they manage to steal a door? Righty says, forget about the door, guys. Look at this. Righty points at some rolls of toilet paper lying next to the bed. You wouldn't steal a roll of toilet paper, would you? This is where I draw the line. We have to stop this skeleton. Lefty says, this is the perfect evidence. Let's shove it under his bony nose. Maybe this chapter is going to be even simpler than I thought. I mean, my briefcase only has room for 4 pieces of evidence. Although, that's not going to prove that he murdered anybody. We're just going to prove that he's a thief. Coming to accuse me again? Yep. Can we hear your alibi again? With pleasure. So, I'm being accused by some staff member? They're just lying to you. They probably don't like me because I'm so handsome. I'd never steal anything from anyone. Aha! You're saying you'd never steal, right? Let's see about that. Stolen items. Mr. Blue, if that is your real name. Well, it is. I come from a long line of blue skeletons. Mitty says, we're asking the questions here. Lefty says, you said you'd never steal a thing, right? Mr. Blue says, ah, yes, there's no need for me to. I have all the money in the world. And Lefty says, well, we took the liberty of entering your cabin. Mr. Blue says, my cabin? Lefty says, yes, and we found quite a lot of misplaced items in there. Mr. Blue says, oh, bones.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Blue says, I know the whole stealing thing makes me look like a bad person, but I just can't resist it. I don't know what's going on with me. I just feel compelled to steal stuff. Even now, I've been thinking about stealing your funny little hat. I can't stop myself from stealing. But I sure as bones didn't kill anyone. I do, however, have one thing to confess. Lefty says, what is it this time? Mr. Blue says, I did steal a piece of the skeleton. Lefty says, what? How? Mr. Blue says, I found it lying around on one of the decks. Whoever the murderer was, they didn't do a good job of hiding the bones. Unless... Lefty said, unless they want us to find the bones. This may be more serious than we thought, guys. Mr. Blue says, here's the bone. Don't let it fall into the wrong hands. Oh, yep. This is just that. And then we go that.
Hell yeah.
Another piece of the puzzle. Lefty says, great, a piece of the skeleton. The most important thing is to find the murderer. We have to keep looking. Mr. Blue's clues. I got an achievement. My doggy's asleep. She's sleeping on the floor. I guess I can't talk to the people in these seats. Or maybe I have to go from a different angle. Let's go talk to this guy in green, because I bet he's another suspect. The drunk guy over there. But first, let's talk to this guy in case he's got evidence. I can't believe there's actually been a murder, says this traveler. Please find out who did it. Wait, aren't you a little bit young to be solving murder mysteries? Lefty says, no? And traveler says, oh, okay, good luck then. It's that easy, babe. The boys see a man half asleep, surrounded by bottles of alcohol. Mitty says, this doesn't look good. Shouldn't the staff take care of him? And Lefty says, we can try and wake him up. Mitty says, sure, go ahead, Lefty. Nothing can go wrong here. Lefty says, hello, sir? Sir Green says, what? What? Who are you, son? Why are you disturbing an old man's rest? And Lefty says, well, the sun is up. And Sir Green says, what? Haven't you heard about a power nap? Righty says, oh yeah, I did those all the time in class. Sir Green says, yeah, you and I are on the same level, Red Boy. Lefty says, okay, enough of that. We wanted to ask you some questions. Sir Green says, questions about what? And Lefty says, well, there was a murder on the ship last night. We were wondering what you were doing last night. Sir Green says, oh, a murder. That's not something you see every day. Then again, I don't really see much at all. I have to be honest, boys. My memories from last night is a bit foggy. Mitty says those alcohol bottles might have something to do with that. Sir Green's like, what? Oh, these bottles. Hey, these bottles aren't mine. I don't drink. And Lefty says, then why are you surrounded by empty alcohol bottles? Sir Green says, boys, if I knew, I'd tell you right away. And Lefty said, do you remember anything from last night? Sir Green says, well, alright, let me think about it. I don't really remember what I did last night. I probably didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what these bottles are doing here. I definitely didn't drink anything. I swear I'm not an alcoholic. It seems we need some more evidence. Yeah, let's go check the bar. They probably would have seen this guy. Sir Green says, my memory is really hazy, boys. Sorry for that. But I assure you, I didn't do anything wrong. Probably. What's this door? The sign on the door says control deck. Unfortunately, the door is locked. I mean, that's probably for the best. I don't need to be going into every single door in this goddamn shit. Let's go check the bar and see if we can nab this guy. I'm gonna lean back a little bit more. My back's starting to feel it. Hey, look at all this shit. I'm sure this guy made a mess. You see a staff member cleaning up a mess. Lefty says, hey, what happened here? Staff member says, we don't have any more drinks for sale. Oh, you're underage. That's good. I don't have to worry then. Mitty says, actually, we're about to turn. Staff member says, I'm very busy at the moment. The bar got attacked last night. And Lefty said, what happened? One of our passengers almost drank our whole stock, says the staff member. And Lefty says, who would do such a thing? Staff member says, an alcoholic, that's for sure. We were able to kick him out a few hours ago. He had this really weird green outfit. I mean, who does that? Why would you wear only green? Listen, I don't have time to meddle with you kids. I have to get this cleaned up soon before more people start coming in. Is that evidence? Let's talk to the guy behind the bar. Mitty says, hey guys, do you see that? And Lefty says, the second drink on the bar? Yeah, that looks a lot like a bone. Hey sir, can I ask you what this bone is doing here, says Lefty. Bone, says the bartender. Oh, that one. That's not a bone. It was found by the staff member at the tables when they were cleaning. Apparently, some guy dressed in green left it behind yesterday. They brought some of their own bottles, but took a lot of ours. So anything they left behind, we've just taken in as our own. I can give you a sip of this bone-shaped drink if you like. I haven't figured out how to open it, though. Righty says, we can try and open it for you, good sir. Once I have the bone, we run, okay? Just a moment there. How old are you, says the bartender. Mitty's like, we just turned 18. Why? Bartender says, yeah, you all look incredibly underage. I'll need to see some ID. Lefty said, but we don't have any on us right now. Bartender says, no ID, no bone juice. Righty says, oh, bones. What will we do now? Lefty says, that definitely looks like one of the bones we're searching for. We need to borrow someone's ID to get the bottle. Mitty says, what about the guy he was talking about? The one in green. If they were drinking here yesterday, they must have an ID. Alright. Maybe we have the evidence from talking to that guy. Oh, this is not a great... They need a sign there or something that shows that that's a deck you can go down to. Sir Green is half asleep once again. Alright, let's try interrogating. Hey, sir, can you try and tell us what you did yesterday? Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, My phone Siri keeps going off for whatever reason. I don't really remember what I did last night. I probably didn't do anything wrong. Should I try it on that? Let's do it on that. Oh, you sure did something wrong. Oh, look, more evidence. Booze bottles. We know you don't remember anything from last night, says Lefty. So we went to the bar to see what happened. We asked the bartender if he remembered you. They told us you drank almost all of their stock. And Sir Green says, oh no. It's all coming back to me now.
Hell yeah.
Sir Green says, well, if you put it like that, maybe I did drink a little bit. Lefty says, a little bit? The guy at the bar said you almost drank their whole stock. Sir Green says, it's not my fault they didn't bring enough alcohol. And Lefty says, so you admit that you were drinking? He says, well, yes, now that it's coming back to me. I remember getting thrown out of the bar by this stupid staff member. He threw me out of the bar so fast, my eye sockets didn't even have the chance to adjust. And Lefty says, adjust to what? The bright sunlight. I drank the whole night, says Sir Green. And Lefty said, you drank until sunrise? And Sir Green was like, oh, way past sunrise. I think I've only been sitting here for an hour or so. Lefty says, that means he couldn't have committed the murder, since that happened in the middle of the night. Sir Green says, I may possibly, only maybe, be an alcoholic. But I'm definitely not a murderer. Mitty says, the first step to accept is acceptance. You're doing great. And Lefty says, well, I guess this case is solved then. But what about... Oh, wait, what about the ID? Hey, boys, I'm starting to wake up now, says Sir Green. Oh, God, since when has this ship been moving? Lefty says, Sir Green, we were wondering if you're carrying any ID on you. Sir Green says, well, yes, that's probably inside my coat somewhere. And Lefty says, can we borrow it for a bit? Sir Green said, yeah, sure, I guess. Go ahead and take it. Sir Green takes the ID card out of his coat and throws it at Righty. Sir Green says, he'll be the most convincing me. And Righty says, cool. Lefty says, all right, with this we can get the bone from the bartender. All right, let's go for that. I wonder if there'll be a minigame involved. I need another minigame. Microgame, excuse me. So, boys, brought any ID yet? Let's see about that. I knew it! Microgame time. So you want to have this bone-shaped wine bottle? I can't give it to you, though. Because you're underage! And that's where you're wrong, says Lefty. Sir Green's ID. We're not underage. Here's our driver's license. Bartender says, you have a car? Righty says, yeah, it's a real beauty. Bartender says, interesting. The bottle's yours, then.
Hell yeah.
We're good at this investigation shit. Bartender says, well, that sure looks like a valid ID to me. You're way older than you look. Mitty says, oh yeah, it just shows our combined ages. Bartender says, yeah, okay. Here's the bone-shaped bottle then. Good luck opening it, though. And we got it.
Hell yeah.
I think that's the third bone we found? Maybe only the second. Nice, this is one of the pieces of bone that was missing, says Lefty. Mitty says, this bartender really needs to get his eye sockets checked. Alright. We got time for one more. We'll go for one more section, interrogation, answer, saying thing, and then I'll be done for the night. My throat's starting to feel it. Intern Orange says, hey boys, how's it going? Lefty says, we're doing well. We were wondering if you knew anything about the murder. Intern Orange says, murder? Lefty says, yes. The murder that happened last night? Intern Orange says, well, no, I wouldn't know anything about that. I mean, I know about it, but I didn't do it. Of course not. And he says, this guy is, like, really suspicious. God, my nose keeps itching. Intern Orange says, wait, let me explain. I have an alibi. My only job is to keep watch of the swimming pool. I just stand here all day. I didn't leave this spot last night. There's no reason to suspect me. It seems we need some more evidence. What are we going to do with this cigarette I found? See? I didn't do anything. Mitty says, looks like we'll need something else to break his alibi. Alright, let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. Righty says, hey you! Tell us why you murdered the victim! The Traveler says, wait, I'm innocent! I didn't kill anyone! Righty says, okay, you're good. Just checking. Imagine if he was the killer. That'd be hilarious. Traveler says, this swimming pool feels just like I'm in the middle of the ocean. What a dream. Move out of the way, kid, says this Traveler. You're standing in my shade. Alright, I don't think these guys are going to have anything to say about the guy. Let's check the other deck, I guess. Although, didn't I come from here? Here I go. I can't remember which deck I came from. I've already been through here. What's over here? Nothing? Nothing. I guess let's go check more of the... Let's go check the cabins on the other side. I don't think I did that. So much stuff is bothering me today. My hair hurts on that side. Just gotta pick at it. Oh wait, there's this open door too. Oh, I think that open door just leads back to the... I forgot the fancy name for the restaurant, for the diner already. Who's this person? Lost Traveler says, I forgot where my cabin is. This is such a big ship. Alright, it didn't help. What about this guy? Puzzled staff member. I can't believe a murder happened on our esteemed cruise ship. On the other hand, some of our customers are pretty mean. Alright. Esteemed, that's the name of the diner. Okay, let's check all these cabins. Door's locked. Door's locked. Door's locked. And locked. Can we talk to this guy? I love the fresh breeze on my face. Even skinless, a true joy. Alright. Kinda getting out of places to search. Let's see. I guess maybe there's more going on in the bar. I didn't talk to everybody in here. It looked like there was like a back door. Yeah, what's going on over there? Staff member says, sorry kids, this door is for staff only. As I said before, staff only. Okay, fine. What does these guys got to say? Can you believe there was actually a murder on this ship, says Traveler number 1. Oh, what a nice hat. Are you a detective? Number 2 says, of course he is, honey. Why else would he be wearing that hat? Number 1 says, maybe he's just a fashionable young man. Lefty says, yes, we're detectives working on the case. Number 1 says, do you know who did it? And Lefty says, well, not yet. We're still looking around. Number 2 says, tell him about that one guy, honey. The intern, says number 1. Number 2 says, yeah, the one who's been acting all funny. Listen up, says number 1. There's this one intern. His name's Orange. We always have nice talks with him in the morning. But today he just seemed incredibly out of it. He was very distressed. But that's not the only thing. We saw him outside of our cabin on the right deck yesterday. He's always guarding the swimming pool. So there's no reason for him to be there. Number 2 says, unless he wanted to murder someone. You can't trust anyone these days. And Lefty says, quite an interesting testimony. If we find this intern, we can interrogate them with this. Alright, perfect. Perfect way to cap off today's stream. Let's see what Orange was up to. Tell us their alibi again. My only job is to keep watch of the swimming pool. I just stand here all day. Ah! Wait a minute. That's not what we heard. No, it's probably the orange paper. We've been talking to the other travelers. And we've heard from a couple that you left your post. You went to the right deck, didn't you? Staff member says, wait, no. Not at all. This is just heresy. Alright, this is just hearsay. You have no proof I went there. I never leave my post. Righty says, it looks like we'll need some strong evidence. Wait, Lefty said, wait, he said he was guarding the swimming pool, right? Mitty says, yeah, he said he was here all night. But the people in the bar said they saw him at the right deck. Lefty says, the floor here is awfully wet, isn't it? We've been leaving footprints around this whole time. I've noticed that orange shoes have a distinct pattern. If we analyze the footprints around the pool, we can see where he went. The sun isn't that harsh, so the prints might not have dried up yet. Mitty's like... Lefty says, what? Mitty says, that hat really is making you a detective. Yeah, I can still see them on the ground a little bit. Yeah, track the footprints. Alright, this should be as good as a place as any to start. Oh, it's a micro game. Clean the deck! Uh-oh. Oh, come on! You didn't say clean the footprints. You said clean the deck. I knew what they meant, but God. I guess it wouldn't matter if you were using a mouse because you could go, like, way faster. Oh, this is going to be a problem. I might have to actually use my mouse for this, which I should be able to do. Let me just do this. Okay, they just wanted you to clean off a certain amount of the screen. They didn't care about if the footprints were there or not. Minnie says, nice job, Lefty. I didn't think we'd actually be able to do it. And Lefty says, thanks. Now we have proof that intern Orange went to the right deck. The weird thing is that his footsteps go to a different cabin. Not the one the murder happened in. We'll have to check this with him and see why he was lying to us. Righty says, good idea. Alright, investigate. Please tell us your alibi again. Oh, yes, of course. I don't care that some people said I went to the right deck. I'm a good intern. I didn't go to the right deck yesterday. That's a lie. Footprints. We have proof that you did, says Lefty. We noticed that your shoes were wet because of the water. We followed your footsteps, and it led us straight to the right deck. Intern Orange says, argh, these darn wet floors!
Hell yeah.
Intern Orange says, okay, listen. I went to the right deck, but I didn't kill anyone. And Lefty says, then what did you do there? Intern Orange says, I met with a friend at midnight in their cabin. We were just planning to have some drinks. I know I had my shift here, but it was midnight. Everybody's asleep anyway. Nobody comes by here. There's not even anybody to keep me company here. I only stayed with them for an hour and then came back here. When I heard about the murder in the morning, I was terrified. I thought I'd get accused, so I decided to keep my mouth shut. Righty says, so you had a little date at midnight then. What would your boss say about that? if he knew that you were drinking with the travelers in their cabins. Intern Orange says, "Are you blackmailing me?" Okay, listen, since you're trying to solve the murder, I'll help you. When I left the cabins, I fell over something. It was really dark and I thought it was garbage. I put it in my pocket to throw it in the garbage later. But when I came back here and took a look, I saw it was a piece of bone. I couldn't just leave it behind. My bone prints are on it. If I give this to you, will you keep quiet about this? Here you go. And just like that, we got a bone.
Hell yeah.
Lefty says, this is definitely a piece of the murdered skeleton. We still need to find a murderer, though. We better keep looking. Alright, and with that, pretty good stopping point. We're almost at the end of the chapter, I feel like. I think we only need, like, one more bone, possibly. Maybe not even. I don't know how many pieces of bone I currently have, but I feel like we're getting pretty close. But not close enough to finish at 9, or before 9. Plus, I want to take a break. It's weird because I streamed for way longer playing Outer Wilds, but these games that have to do so much reading take a lot more out of my throat. Anyway, this was still a pretty good stream day. We'll finish up this chapter tomorrow, and then I'll find us something else to play to fill in the rest of the time. At least I technically have a lot more time to stream tomorrow because I plan to go to the bar tomorrow, but not until I'm actually going to the bar after this. But I'm also going tomorrow, but maybe not till late as usual. So we'll see. If I can find something good to stream that doesn't require as much talking, then we'll see. But I have a couple of things. Anyway, thanks for watching. This was a good little surprise. This is the reason why I don't look into the games too much before I actually play them. It's funner when it's just like I don't know what we're getting into. I just know the general theme and maybe a little bit. The costlier, the more it costs, the more I look into it just to make sure it's what we're looking for. But when it's free, I'm just all like, let's just boot it up and see what it's about. Anyway, thanks. Like I said, I should stream tomorrow again. If not, I'll let you know, but I don't see any reason why not. Looking forward to it. This was fun. See you guys later.